What's up guys, back to another Konosuba video, and in today's video it's a should you summon for legendary Megumi, legendary Wiz, and OG Vanir. So this is probably going to be one of the more important should you summons, as it's really going to depend on a few things. It's not cut and dry like, let's say, the last banner with Melissa in Mitsurugi, where it's just like, yeah, don't summon, they're bad, or a must summon like, Damachi, where it's like, yeah, if you don't have eyes, have fun for the next little bit, or like ReZero, where if you don't have ReZero Megumi, have fun. So this is probably gonna be more impactful, so I recommend watching all the way through if you can. If you really don't want to, I do understand. I will explain if I think you should summon at the end, but I will be going over these units. So of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course, do Konosuba content every day, all that good stuff. There's gonna be a lot of content coming up. Might even do 2 uploads a day, depending on what there is. But anyway, let's get into it. So the first character we're gonna go over is the legendary characters, which are first legendary Megumi. First off, I think her art's really good. I think it's one of the better legendary arts, just because I really like the little blue flicker when she does an explosion. This character is limited. She has fire, of course. Crimson Demon buff. I think this is the first one. We were supposed to get these with Halloween, but since funny shenanigans happened and we got pushed back, we're not getting that. So I believe this is the first one. It pretty much, her EX skill can change your physical or magic party skill to a Crimson Demon buff, and I believe it's 9%. We'll see on the next page when I go over the skills. And she is not a must run like ReZero. I know there's some situations on the JP version where you don't run this Megumi, but I'm pretty sure she's going to be not a must run, but if you have her, you're going to be running her on especially fire and probably some other ones, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to see. I'm not super knowledgeable on the Megumi usage on the JP version, but I do know this Megumi is still good. Next up, we're going to go over her skills really quickly. Hello. All right, there we go. I was like, attack was it didn't go over when I did it. Anyway, yeah, it is 9%. So 9% attack when using magic attacks for members of the Crimson Demon clan. So I guess if there's ever a Crimson Demon clan, well, I guess other Megumis do have a physical attack, so there's that. That will not be boosted. So unfortunately, her 113 fire physical damage basic attack will not be doing the bonus damage. So that is kind of, kind of wonky, but it is what it is, I guess. Other than that, she does have a fire basic, and then her first skill is 133% single target fire magic damage, 173 if above 7% HP, and a tier 3 self magic attack buff for 16 seconds. Not bad. This is single target, so unfortunately she does not have 2 AoEs like the ReZero Megumi, but she is pretty much going to be doing a bunch of damage, and the tier 3 self magic attack buff will be really nice for railgun or explosion depending on what you do. And her second skill is 119 AoE fire magic damage, very nice for AoE. 152 if above 7% HP. Notice she wants to stay rather healthy, so this could bite you in the butt if you are going for a arena run where the character is getting hit a lot. I know in some situations Megumi will get hit a lot because she's the first slot, so you have to keep that in mind. And she also gets a tier 2 self agility buff for 12 seconds. Really nice for making sure she gets off her explosion. Let's say use a skill, kill the last enemy, and she has to get her skill again. Let's say the boss does like a super strong attack or like buffs their magic defense or lose her magic attack. The tier 2 agility buff would be really nice for arena. Other than that, the only issue I have with this is the basic attack not having an extra skill like the other characters. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Still a very, very solid character. Next up is Legendary Wiz. We seem to have a typo in the top right. That's supposed to say Legendary Wiz. I do apologize. She is limited. The best unit, I might say she is the best unit. I will be summoning. But unfortunately, others would say she is the worst legendary. Very, very not nice. The Wiz slander is very mean. I do not appreciate it. But anyway, let's go over what she does, and I'll let you know my opinion, and we'll see what you guys think. So, her EX skill, by the way, goofed up. The book thing is supposed to have like a slash and then like the circle healing thing, but it is what it is. Her her EX skill is plus 6% attack from using magic attacks and recovers 100% with each action taken. It's kind of like the darkness one, but for magic. So this Wiz will be really good for Wiz subs in the future because of this. Then her basic attack is 97% water magic damage, 120 of target debuff, any small self heal. Then she has a 117 single target water magic damage, 150 target debuff, any tier 3 magic defense debuff for 12 seconds. Not too bad. The fact that her ult does this is kind of, kind of sucks, but you are getting the debuffed criteria off. And then she has a 179 single target water magic damage, 242 if target is debuff, and a self tier 2 magic attack buff. Kind of sucks that it's not for the whole team, but I guess it is what it is. She doesn't do anything too crazy besides just doing good water damage. So you can see why she is labeled as the worst fest. I think Darkness might be worse than her on JP now. But yeah, still a very solid unit. And I didn't mention it here because funny, but she struggles just because the water trio exists of Chris, Erica, and Legendary Aqua. And Wiz doesn't really fit on that team. So you can see why it's hard for her to really be a good water DPS. Next up we have OG Vanir, which might be the best one actually. OG Vanir is still really good on the JP version. He's still used. He's not limited, you can pull him whenever. He's just on the banner. He's Earth and he's good for so long. So if you end up pulling him, big W. Let's go over and know what he does now. So OG Vanir has a plus 6% attack when using Earth attacks for all allies. So if you have him on your Earth team, you just slap the EX skill on and you're eating. You can use mages, you can use him with Melissa and not have to worry about having, Vanir do less damage or Melissa do less damage because you decided you wanted to attack or magic up. You can just do Earth one. So very nice. Then his first attack is 105 Earth magic damage and a small self heal. Very nice. He's just like Wiz. He heals off his basics and he is not healed by most healing. There are a few, I believe the swimsuit Leah can heal the undead, but for the majority he will take damage. It's just like 5 or 2, but small self heal, very nice. And he has a 149% single target earth magic damage and a party 6-second cooldown reduction. Pretty nice. You can see why he's really good. Then he does a 155% AoE earth magic damage, 207 if above 70% HP, which shouldn't be too hard with his heal. Now the only issue with Vanir is, if you dip below 7% and the enemy is just constantly hitting him, he might not be able to heal enough with his first skill. But other than that, I have no complaints. Very good. I will be making a video on how good is Vanir, and I will go over his ults and all that stuff. But just based off of this Vanir, very good character. Now, here comes the question. Should you summon? So, do note this banner will be 1.5 times rate. Let me really quickly see if I can grab what all the banners are. Alright, because there are a couple different versions of this banner. Of course, like every other time there's been a legendary character, we've gotten a paid version and a not paid version. The paid version, of course, is going to have the guaranteed 4 stars. One more second. I thought I had this pulled up. Okay, so there is a 1 4-star guaranteed recruit, of course. Has the 1.5 times rates. Vanir is on it. If you're gonna summon, I recommend doing those if you can. There's also like special set recruits. There is the banner in general, which is gonna have Vanir on it, if I remember correctly from the JP version. But they are on it because it says / legendary characters. So if you were confused, just think Vanir is not on this banner. Vanir and these two are on the same exact banner. So if you're summoning for one, you're summoning for all 3 technically. The only issue is Vanir being the best out of the group. He is not limited, so you can pull him whenever. Megumi is not needed, but she's pretty much going to be used when she can, and Wiz is probably not going to be used much, if at all, unfortunately, as much as I love Wiz. So, if you want to summon, this would be the time to do it. All right. Keep in mind, Overlord is coming up, and then eventually you want to have enough for Chris, because Chris is like a must summon, must get character. Not even a must summon, just a must get. If you are a newer player, this would be a banner to help stock up on your good characters, but you know, save enough for Overlord. My consensus is if you have at least 2 pities, or are okay with only having 1 pity for Overlord, you could summon. I would say don't go below 1 pity. If you spend money, you know, maybe do a few summons on the 4-star guaranteed paid ones and see what you can get. If you pull Wiz and Megumi, I'd stop summoning. I know Vanir is really good, but I'd stop right then and there. Generally, this is a skip banner if you're like full free to play. You don't have as many quartz as you want for Overlord. Do note there are 2 banners I wouldn't summon. If you're free to play though and you have like 3 pities saved up, I'd just go ahead and summon. You're good. 3 pities should be more than enough to grab you Chris, Ainz, and Shaltier. And then of course, as you're summoning, you'll probably grab the other collab units, I'd imagine. If you went to pity without pulling any of them, I'd be very, very shocked. But other than that, it's really depending on how much quartz you have. The less quartz you have, the less I'd advise you summoning. These characters are not technically the best to summon on. You can skip, you know, they are limited though, and there is 1.5 character up. So like I said, it's really in the air. I'd advise you skip though, unless you really like the characters. They will come back. Vanir will probably be one of your future 4-star tickets anyway, so skip. Overlord is next month, but if you do have some leftover quartz, this would probably be the banner. Like I said, I know I'm sounding like a broken record. This is the banner to summon on. Don't summon on any of the other banners. Like don't summon on Melissa or Yukata Rin or Yin or the maid Leah, even though she's really good. I understand. But other than that, before I ramble on for too much longer, there will be summons tomorrow. I will be summoning. Whoops, that is the JP version. I have that up. Anyway, I will be summoning, of course, and let me know what your thoughts are on these characters, if you will be summoning, if you're skipping, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching. I will catch y'all in the next video.